Quick disclaimer. This video is intended for people who are actively drilling and sparring in live training. This is not intended for people who attend jiu-jitsu classes only for the instructional portion of the class, which doesn't require much energy. With that said, let's move forward. Let me ask you this. Why do you think bodybuilders and fighters have such different physiques? The answer is pretty simple. Bodybuilders train muscles that aren't really conducive to fighting. So when you get a bodybuilder that decides to transition into combat sports, you'll notice that steadily over time, their non-essential muscles will burn off and they'll get leaner. It's not a bad thing. It's actually more efficient for fighting, but it does significantly change your aesthetic, the way you look. So what if you're like me and purchased a bunch of XL clothing that won't look good on you if you get too lean? This video is for you. If you want to maintain a large muscular build while training jiu-jitsu, here are some helpful tips that you can consider. Number 1, carb load immediately before and after a live training session. Carbohydrates are protein sparing, which means the body will look to use glycogen for energy instead of breaking down muscle tissue. Consuming carbs pre and post workout will give your muscle buffer time needed to repair itself. Some practical examples of this include bringing a post-workout shake to class or leaving a banana and some Clif Bars in your car for when you drive home. Tip number 2 focuses on weightlifting itself. When you're in the gym, focus on increasing the volume of your lifts and decreasing the intensity of your lifts. In weight training, volume is the term used to describe how much work you do, such as the number of repetitions or reps you perform of an exercise. Intensity, on the other hand, describes how much effort or exertion you do for a particular rep or set. If your goal is to look aesthetically big instead of lifting extremely heavy weight, I found that lowering the weight and increasing volume, paying particular attention to my form while doing so, has given me the best visual results. I've also found that weightlifting at high intensity leaves me more susceptible to injury while live training because I'm easily exhausted. Last thing on the list, but usually the first thing I recommend, get a full night's sleep, which is usually about 6 to 8 hours of rest. This is the best recovery method for heavy weightlifting and live training. You may think you don't have time for this, but you're just gonna have to prioritize sleeping over another activity that you prefer. So as you can see, maintaining a large muscle mass while training jiu-jitsu can be a little nuanced and tricky. You have to focus on weightlifting, nutrition, and sleep. And the timing of all of that and fitting it into a regular work schedule is kind of difficult. So it's going to take some adjustments and getting used to, but you can totally do it. This YouTube channel, I will be posting more helpful tips later on this week so that I can pass on information that took me a while to learn. So let me know how I can help you in regards to maintaining your muscle mass while training the best sport ever.